Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope all's good. Apologies for not being very verbose in the comments there. I was just warming up. It was a very belated warm-up. I had a bit of work to do very first thing, so I only got on the bike about 10 minutes ago. Hope everybody's well. Thank you for the question, Brad. Yeah, definitely I try and aim for about anywhere from 90 to 100 RPM on a longer ride. But you tend to settle at about 90. Well, I do anyway. Give me a second, sorry. Is the sound okay? Haha, grim. Holding it at 294 from the beginning, that would be very aspirational, I think. So, Ed Laverack has devised a negative split. It's something that definitely I know lots of people agree with, including Paul Hamblett. So let's have a little look. Exactly who is accepted. Give me a second. Okay, so sorry, I'm a bit flustered. I'm a little bit well, I'm nervous in all honesty. Plus, I've been distracted by work this morning. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Hope the sound is okay. This is a genuine effort to see. Is it okay? Is it? This is a genuine effort just to see how close is my max effort for an hour and everybody else who's riding their max effort for an hour versus our 20-minute derived FTP. And there's also a little twist in that whoever goes the furthest, everyone's got a TT bike, whoever goes the furthest gets a prize of wine. So we can release a little bit of wine from the storage capacity. Sorry, I'm not being very slick here. So it's a bit of fun, not science so much, although I do joke about it being science. It's just a question that often gets asked in the comments. What's the best FTP? Is it the ramp? Is it the 20-minute test? Is it the 1-hour test? And really the 1-hour test is the gold standard. Hi Joe. My sister's joining, which is rare. So, you know, it will answer that question. Now, my legs aren't the best today. I don't know why. In the warm-up, they weren't the best. So the negative split that Ed has prescribed and that many others agree with will be deployed. So I'm going to go off much below the 294 watt FTP and hopefully hold it. So, joining me today, we've got David Raynham. Now, he's got big power. Absolute FTP is big. Watts per kilogram is very, very strong. Paul Hamblett, very similar. Probably could keep going for 3 or 4 hours. He's got a diesel engine from heaven. Ben Pitt from Australia. Nice one for making it in the evening, Ben. Very big power guy. So really interesting to see how they all go on a flat. Ian Carson, I think again, big power. Very good to have you on board. It's going to be really interesting to see how we all match up in terms of just pure flat riding and all that kind of thing. Dave Turner, thank you. Appreciate you joining. Nice one, sir. For the hour of power or hour of pain. Now, Ed, are you joining us, or are you obviously saving your energy for today's Taiwan KOM? I'm assuming the latter. And Scott, I'm not sure if you're with us today or not in the actual event. Obviously, you pulled your hamstring, I learnt last night. So I'm guessing not. But let me have a quick look. Sorry, it was quite a triumph actually to set up a meetup. Oh, you're still in bed, Scott. Nice one, sir. So, thank you all very much for joining. I'm going to go off at around about 275 watts, see how the legs feel. Gradually ramp the power into the 290s, and at around about the 35-40 minute mark, reassess how things are. And to everybody who's watching, we're just going to go as soon as the meetup starts. Everybody take your own pace. It's time to get the power up. There we go. Ooh, 422 watts. Oh, what a popular meetup I had. Just got to get the revs up. Now we can see everybody on the track. But if you're able to talk or type, share with us where you are on the course. All of those that are undertaking. Ooh, dipping a little bit too low there. Got to concentrate. $5.1 watts a kilogram at the start. Yeah, that's not me. Paul Hamblett's off at 4.9. Ian and David, very nice and controlled. And what I'm trying to do here is just get the body into an equilibrium. In all honesty, I'm focusing more here on the cadence and trying to feel good. So Ed, how's Charlie? Is she any better today in terms of strength and not coughing and feeling ill? And I'm hoping you're feeling okay. There's David, blatting past me with his superior power. Better turn the aircon on, not the aircon, the fan. Glad to hear it. Like a bucket of prawns in the sun. Love that, Zach. Sorry, it wasn't a very slick start today. I'm super nervous about this because it is really hard to keep pedaling for an hour. It's easier in a race almost, where you're on and off the power a bit. You get the micro recovery, albeit the surges are much worse. Yeah, the seat was lowered all the way to 645 mils. And Jane did the no-handed. David A-star. I won't be talking at the end of this scrim. Quite quickly, I'm afraid. It will just be misery. Virtual fishing. Very nice. That I like. How chilled out is that? Of course, can you control catching an absolute leviathan? Ooh. Let me just settle. Nah, you're not on a deck already, David. Hang in there. Just drop the power a tad. So Ben Pitt looking good. Dave looking very nice, 4.1. Ian still nicely in the fours. I think Keith up the road, very strong. And Paul Hamblett up the road, very strong. So it looks like Keith and Paul are going to duke it out for the glittering prize. Now this may not be the most interesting spectacle, but hopefully from a kind of a more technical level, this has interest. Just backing it off a bit, I was a bit too heavy there on the watts. The important thing is to feel good at the half-hour mark. I say good, but not awful. That's what I reckon. Starting to feel the equilibrium now in terms of cadence, heart rate and breathing. Quads are hurting, and they're hurting from break clear on Wednesday, Ed. Yeah, too heavy on the watts. Very upright position here. I wouldn't be able to achieve this kind of watts in the TT position. Yeah, hopefully grim. 101. Ian's ahead. I think I'm the last at the moment. $53 to go. Yeah, exactly, Groom. Okay, yeah, cheers, Ed. The talking also makes the heart rate drift up too. Let me bring it down. Cheers, Ed. Nice one, Ian, 171. Even a small hill there, like 1%, disrupts the rhythm a little bit. Yeah, easier than ERG. You wouldn't want ERG for this. Nice one, Ian. I had a lot before I started, Grim. Oh dear me, long way to go. Just trying to get the cadence up a bit. I accept the lower watts while we equalise to the cadence. Yeah, that's too high. Is it putting you to sleep, Groom? I'm not ready to go to 290 yet, Ed. Nice one, Ian. You're looking strong, sir. Everybody else is in the distance. Hope you're going well. Thank you, Zach. It'll be hell and back in the final 20. Two days off, one full rest day, and a zone 2 high cadence, Martin. Just 20 minutes of high cadence. Dear me, this is going to be a long old morning. It's around about here that the mental battle is being played out. Body's saying, my word, this is going to be hard. Yeah, cheers, Martin. Cheers, Matt, sorry. $64.4 today. 64.4 kg, Thomas. Yeah, I'm still way below my FTP though at the moment, Grim. I'll be doing well at 280, I reckon, for the hour. Glad to hear it, Matt. Heart rate's a bit high. Oh, dear me. The only thing that's keeping me going right now is a live stream. I don't feel the best. Cheers, Ben. Cheers, Zach. Yeah. Cadence. Cheers, David. I might try that, Mark. Feels a bit better, Mark. Cheers, Ben. Ben Pitt. Sorry to hear that, Dirks. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's hurting, David. Yeah, I'm away with the fairies now, Andrew. Halfway. Now. Cheers, David. How are you going? How's everybody going? I'm in a lot of difficulty. I don't know how you can both type. Yep. It's a watt bike. Plus or minus 2%. 1 second. 1 sec. Oh. 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 Jimmy. Jimmy. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. Wowee. Alright, wait a second. Right. Well, there you go. Not 294 watts. We'll see on the critical power graph in a second. But let's take the roll call of honour. Keith Robertson. What did you get? How far did you go? And what was your power? David Raynham. How far did you go? And what was your power? Paul the Monk Hamblett. Same question to you, sir. Benjamin Pitt from Australia. Power, distance. Did you beat all the pommies? Ian Carson. Very strong ride, sir. What was your distance? What was your power? And Dave Turner, Esquire. Same question to you, sir. How far did you go? And what was your distance? Right. So the results are coming in. David Raynham. 44.6 kilometres. Wowee. Right, let me just make a note of this. What was your power, sir? Oh, God dear. So David, 44.6. God dear me. Dear me. Yeah, I got the cap. 45.4 and 342. Paul. 45.4. 43.2. Nice. Oh dear. Oh dear me, I can't even type. Wait for more results to come in. The test was 65 minutes. Oh no. There's the hour of power. I think. Oh. Green. Oh, so who else we got coming in? 65 minutes. Yeah, it was. That was seriously difficult. I got to be honest with you. At about 15 minutes, I felt dreadful. Literally dreadful. I thought, holy mother of cycling. What have you got yourself into, Philip? That's what I thought. I thought, you can't stop. I mean, there's literally, on a live stream, you cannot stop. But I didn't want to implode, so I backed off the watts a little. Oh, dear me. So who else we got? Come on, let's have the rest of the results. I reckon, Keith Robertson, where are you at, sir? Come on. Or have the results already come in? I just missed them. My apologies. I am literally getting myself back together. We need Ben's numbers, Ian's, Dave's, Keith's. Ian, distance. Ian, that is sensational. 8 watts below FTP is sensational. I reckon I'll be 15 at least, maybe 20. Beautiful, sir. You were a bit further than me. I reckon you were at least 43 kilometres, Ian. So, 258 FTP. Ian. 258. Sorry. Versus 266 is your 20-minute FTP. That's sensational. We didn't see Keith. Oh, right, okay. Well, what about Ben and Dave? Oh, dear me. I'm sure I saw Keith go off straight off at the beginning. I thought he was like millering us. Right, should we have a quick look at the power graph to see what the actual 1 hour power was? 0 seconds at 0 watts. That's a nice effort. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I am absolutely ruined. I wasn't really even able to kind of keep pace with the the live chat, I was in a different place. Oh dear, I was away with the fairies, Andrew. I think you called it. I'm just trying to remember. Somebody said, and I forget who. My apologies. Somebody said drop the cadence a little bit just to bring the heart rate down, and that worked a treat. So thank you. Whoever said that, I forget. I made a note of it in my head, and then I've just imploded mentally here. Michael, yeah, you missed some premium suffering at the end. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the power. Sorry, this is not at all slick. So if I go to menu, so I'm going to quit the meetup unless anyone else has got results coming in. But it looks like David currently is the winner in terms of 46 kilometres. So wine will be on the way to you, David. Yeah, the joint pain, Ian. I mean, my word, the joint pain. That definitely makes a difference. When you know other people are doing it too, it's kind of... So, it doesn't put your hour power here. So I did my maximum 20 minute was 281, all right? So this isn't going to be an act of war. I'm going to be some way short of... No, I thought it was... No, it was David with the 46. I think Paul was 43. So if I go to end ride, literally I'm shaking. So it was pretty consistent. I had here, I just had to have a couple of little moments here and here just to allow some mental recovery almost. So definitely that cost a little bit of watts, but not very many. I think it was a max effort.
No, I need to come in to adjudicate.
Adjudicate?
Yes. David says he was 44.6.
Oh,
and
sorry.
Paul said he was 45.4.
Sorry, okay, my apologies.
They can both have bottle wine if they want one.
Oh dear, I can't even get the thing over it. There you go. No. It's going to be about 78 watts. Oh, come on. Come on. Why when it... Oh dear, right, here we go. Come on, there we go. There we go, come on. 78 watts. 278 watts. So Jane, here was the winner again. I've just forgotten what you said to me. Sorry?
And David has lost it now.
Ben Pitt. Wait, what did you get, Ben Pitt? Or did you pull the ripcord? I'm not sure.
David had 44.6.
So Paul was what, sorry?
45.4.
Oh yeah, Paul was 45.4. David was 44.6. I did have that written down. I think this is why they don't get the athletes to adjudicate on the results. You can imagine being a footballer and the ball going just over the line or just in front of the line. Anyway, no wonder we get it wrong. Right, so David, 44.6, and you were what? 340 watts. I said you were a powerhouse. So that's 340. Paul, what were you? You were 45.4. Oh, I've just gone. Was it? Paul was 45.4. What was your watts, Paul? Ian was 258 watts, and I think you were at least 43 because you were ahead of me, weren't you, Ian? I think, yeah. 342 for Paul. My God, this is just like insane wattage. Ian was 258, but you were faster than me. So Ian, you must be a good climber, sir. You must be one hell of a climber, I'm guessing. You don't like the flat like me. We don't like the flat. Yes, I think bottle of wine for everybody. So we got David, Paul, Ian, Ben. Did you complete it, Ben, sir? Have I missed anybody out? And I thought we also had oh dear, Dave Turner. Did Dave? Did you complete it, sir? Because the results are coming in. Yeah, that's right, Julien. 90%. Yeah, 90%. I think that is a fair call, sir. Right. So, David, Paul and Ian, if you DM me on Instagram with your address, we will send the glittering gift of wine from Italy, from our holiday in Italy, and it is really, really nice. So we'll try and find a way to get that to you without breaking it. That'll be a small issue. So what is my watts per kilogram? 278. 278 divided by 64.4. So that's 4.3 watts a kilogram. That's my 1 hour FTP. And that is about 20% of, because what's 278? Let's do that. 278 divided by 290. Oh, sorry. 278 divided by 294. 278. Oh dear, I'm not getting this right. 278 divided by 294. Yeah. Oh no. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So, of my 20-minute power, I'm 90% of it because I'm 95% of my FTP, which was 294. Yes. So there we go. So actually, there is an argument for me to knock 10% off my 20-minute power. But what I would say is, if I did that and then trained on the power thresholds based on a 278 watt FTP, the shorter intervals would be frankly too easy for me. I think, Ed, is that fair to say? You might have a view on that. I'd have to do another one tomorrow to see if there's a difference. That is not going to happen, sir. That is not going to happen. You're confused as to who the wine should go to. Yes, that's because wherever I am, confusion does reign down heavily. If you want to see my personal life, you would see a complete and utter mess, a trail of devastation and destruction in my wake. So yes, it isn't to be. Well, it was to be expected. It is to be expected. Next time, Ben, what did you? Oh, you had some. Ben, what? Some had discs. I said in the meet I put TT, Ben, the TT bike. Discs. Can you fit a disc to your TT bike? What was your time, Ben? Do let me know. Do it. Oh, you had to drop out. Sorry, Ben. I am a complete space kid there, as you can see. Right. So DM me on thingy. Right. So what have we learned from today's #science? We have learned that it's quite hard to pace a 1 hour FTP. Let's face it. Even with a negative split strategy, and even knowing only last weekend what my 20-minute FTP was, in all honesty, I probably went out a little bit too hard still in that first 20 minutes. There was a real moment of having to have a stern conversation with myself and the knowledge that the live chat is watching in order to keep going for the hour. So it is really difficult to pace a 1 hour FTP. And you can see at the end there, I probably had a bit more energy than I thought because I was going much harder than expected. Therefore, if I'd maybe invested a little earlier in the final 10 minutes, maybe I'd have had a couple of more watts. So pacing difficult. So that's the first thing we've learned from the science. Second thing, it is really hard to keep the tension on the chain for the hour. In a race, I find it a hell of a, I can deploy in a race sometimes average power over an hour of into the 290s. But that's because you're on and off the power. And if you've got good recovery, and Ed has given me really good recovery through the interval training, for me, it's sometimes easier to put in a surge and then back right off the power into zone 1, zone 2, and then go again. So then when you look at your average watts for the 1 hour in a Zwift race, it's flattering. Whereas this is harder on a whole different level, just to kind of just keep the tension on the chain, just keep it going, and overcome almost the mental difficulty, but also the boredom of just trying to keep it going. It's hard. Indoors, obviously you can have a nice upright position, and so that opens up the hip angle, and that enables you to put down more power. There's no way I would have been going that fast outdoors in the position I was in. The aerodynamics just wouldn't have worked. So I would definitely not have been able to put down that power on a TT bike outdoors, and definitely wouldn't be going that fast. Final thing we've learned, obviously, as we just touched on, certainly for Ian and myself, our 1 hour power is different to the power derived from our 20-minute power, certainly for this test. Ian was very, very, very close, 6 watts in it. I'd be interested, David and Paul, what was the difference in your power output over the hour versus your FTP derived from your 20-minute test? Because then we can really even it up, right? So Ian is 258, so he's only -8 difference, right? What was I? I was like 278 versus 294. What is that? 94 less 20. I'm 16 difference, right? So Philip is 16 difference. Wow. Now we can do an average, right? And an average is proper science. I think you'll all agree. It's almost like econometrics or statistics, right? This particular little setup today is going to be, I don't know, hailed by scientists in cycling and sports scientists for years to come. David, what was your 20-minute derived FTP? And Paul, what's your 20-minute derived FTP? Is it not? Fresh up power isn't meant to be 1 hour power. Oh, therein lies a small flaw with this very precise scientific experiment. Maths with Phil, indeed, Simon. This is proper science. Hashtag Danny Dyer, proper science. Come on. So, go on. I need Paul and David. What is your 20-minute derived FTP? Because then we can do the average. Paul Hamlet, Zwift says 354 watts. Wow. So you're 354. So Paul, let me get this right, is -12. Okay, at least he's double digits with me. But wowee, that is some serious FTP. Your threshold, 335 to 340, Ben. Wowee. Again, I said all you guys were the big power guys. 20 minutes power. So you're kind of, yeah, you're with me, like 24, 25 watts down. David. But you were 10k heavier. Just done 340. Okay, yeah. So we'll have to ignore, statistically, the fact that you're 10 kilograms lighter is, firstly, respect, sir, that is one hell of an achievement. Secondly, unfortunately, it does render your 20-minute power test last time round inappropriate for this particular scientific experiment. But fear not, you can do a 20-minute test and then we can update the results accordingly. Right, so average difference in power. So 12, let me get this right. Oh dear. Oh no, I've gone into Strava. Oh, 12 divided by 354. 12 divided by 354. Yeah, so Paul is 3% off. Ian is 8 divided by 266. 8 divided by 266. Ian is 3% off. Oh dear. Looks like I'm the laggard. 16 divided by 294. 16 divided by 294. I am 5% off. So 5.4 plus 3 plus 3 divided by 3. And there you have it. There you have it, the definitive result. And I think I'm very confident in this particular scientific conclusion that we have proven beyond all doubt, beyond any kind of challenge from the sports cycling community, GB cycling, take a running jump, your 1 hour FTP is precisely 3.8% lower than your 20-minute derived FTP. Science. So, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, please do subscribe. If you like live streams and you like watching a 46-now-year-old man silently suffer on his watt bike while being encouraged by a beautiful live stream, thank you so much, live stream, please hit the bell. But yeah, 3.8 is indeed the answer. I think, Scott, we need some kind of a t-shirt or something like that. 3.8% is the number. Ed, I think you're the most renowned, respected sports scientist here. Ed, do you respect the 3.8? That is the question, I think, now on everybody's lips. There's Ed Laverack, Mr. the Maestro, the sports scientist supreme, and now actually, as of Friday night, commentator supreme. Ed, is 3.8% the number? Do you respect that number? We need to know, sir, because without your seal of approval, British cycling and the sports cycling community and Australian cycling community, they're not going to respect this particular scientific experiment. So please. But do you respect the number, sir? I understand 370 is your number, but do you respect it? It sounds very right. Thank you. Thank you. I think we therefore can conclude today's experiment. And I've got to be honest with you, at one stage I did think we weren't going to complete it. But really enjoyed the end of it. You got the same TSS on Zwift. Zwift. 95. Yeah, 95 in the hour. I think that's adequate. Would you all say adequate? I think 95 is adequate. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yes. So we have Ed's Taiwan KOM attempt, and it's good to see you back on the bike, sir. Obviously, you're feeling good enough, and hopefully, nasty Mr. COVID stays away from you, sir. We're all kind of rooting for you and Charlie, but it'll be good to see you back on the bike on the Taiwan Challenge this evening. ComHunt TV, premiere 8 p.m. Sunday. Always something incredible. Now, Scott is very close to 1,000 subscribers on ComHunt TV. It'd be amazingly appreciated if people could give him a bump, a big bump, to push him over the 1,000, because it does make a difference when you can start offsetting all the kind of costs that go into the channel from a little bit of advertising. He wants to make his £2 a day from advertising. But really, it's more than that. It's about a little milestone to say, actually, it's really beyond stupidly difficult to get to 1,000 subscribers. I cannot describe how good it feels when the community comes around and you hit that 1,000 mark. It's not about the money. It's not about the advertising. It's actually a little small achievement, because when you're on 10 subscribers, it feels like a huge mountain to climb. When you're on 100 subscribers, it feels like a huge mountain to come. When you're even on 900, you still think, am I ever going to get there? So definitely, please do give ComHunt TV a nice big thumbs up and a subscribe, and check out the premieres at 8 p.m. because it's a beautiful, beautiful community in Minehead. Ed and I love going down to Minehead and Exmoor and all the antics down there. It's always feel-good times. Really missing being up here in London, not being able to ride in the countryside, wanting to get to Exmoor again, and obviously Wales as well. I haven't yet sampled Coach Laverak's home territory, but it'd be super appreciated. Anyway, I've elaborated enough. As you can tell, I am properly off with the fairies. That's what the back end of the caffeine and the heart rate coming down from 180 to about 120 does for you. But wonder what Bullet will say after. Well, actually, that is a very good point, Mick. Bullet would probably carb up like to kingdom come. I had 60 grams of carbs before this, and then I had another 60 in the bidden, and I had a bit of caffeine. I had probably 300 milligrams of caffeine all in all. But Bullet would probably have about 14 of those kind of cycling sachets of carbohydrates, and then probably about another 6 during the effort, and he'd have to have Scott shouting at him to keep going. But it would be very good TV. Anyway, in the meantime, thank you all ever so much for the encouragement. Meant a huge amount. I would have given up if I hadn't had that encouragement, that's for sure. It felt like a huge mountain to climb. Paul, David, Ian, Ben, Keith, Dave, really appreciate all of you joining me. Really makes a huge difference when you know everybody else is out there suffering for an hour. And in the meantime, whoever you are and whatever you do, please remember to live, thrive, and stay healthy. Take care. Let's see if I can do a slick end. Here we go. I'm going to hit the end button correctly.